welcome back to another video. Single versus in a relationship, what will you choose? Hi guys, welcome back to another video. As you know, I like to keep things sweet, short, and spicy. So in today's video, I'm doing a video on single versus being in a relationship. So I believe that there's a season for everything, but sometimes you gotta know when the course of a season is over and when you have to let things go. So right now, I'm just gonna talk to you about the being in a relationship and being single and vice versa. Like what works for you and what doesn't work for you. Okay guys, so quick story time about my past relationship, and basically how I was in a relationship that ran its course, but out of fear I was afraid to let something go. And I'll never look back and say, okay, let me rephrase. There were beautiful things in that relationship, but I think at the end of the day, you know what's suited for you and what's not suited for you. And I think that relationship had run its course, and I was just really trying to hold on to something that probably needed to be let go of at that time of or season of life, but I did not. And the truth is, I didn't let go because of fear. I was afraid of what it would feel like to be alone because I was with that person for an extremely long time. I was afraid of just what that all entailed, not seeing that person anymore, what was connected to him in terms of his family, because his family was amazing, just a lot of different things that just really held me hold in fear. But that's really not a reason for you to hold on to something that's ran its course. Again, in that season, I think that I was so focused on somebody else and their needs that I lacked to realize that my needs were warranted, my wants were warranted, and who I am was warranted, right? So again, I was centrally focused on somebody else when I should have been focused on me, and that's something I'm going to get into going forward into like the next conversation. But again, do not let fear hold you into something that's potentially not for you, because it wastes a lot of time. That again, in this season of life, we know how short life is, and we just don't have time to waste time these days. So I'm going to talk to you about a huge lesson that I learned. And so I'm going to ask you guys, what would you choose? Would you choose to be in a current situation where you let something go, you cry your tears, you know, it takes you a while to get over it, but you eventually get over it? Or you live a life of like regret, where you look back and you feel like you've wasted time, and you look at the years that you've wasted and just everything that came with that situation? Like, what is worse off, right? And for me, I will say that looking back into that circumstance, I wasted a lot of time. And I keep saying this to people, especially for people who are young. I'm up there, you know, not too far, but I'm up there in my age, and I can look back and I can say I wasted so much time. And I really wish that out of fear of being single, I chose to stay in something that just wasn't serving me and serving all the things that I needed for myself and my life and spiritually and all of that stuff. So guys, a big lesson in life: walk away from things that aren't serving you. And again, just seek God's advice, whatever God is telling you to do, because especially in that season of my life, it was something that I went to God with, and I was like, hey, like, what should I do with this situation? And I just didn't listen to what the direction was. I got clear direction, and instead of season of time that I got the message, I chose to not focus on that, not pay attention to it, and let time go by and just ignore that. So when God gives you a message or tells you to do something, do it immediately, right away. Don't wait, don't waste time, guys. You do not want to look back in life and regret just the time that you wasted, right? So that would be my huge lessons for anybody. Do not waste time. Do not waste time. Do not waste time. Do not waste time. Let me hear you say it. Don't waste time. So again, I'm here to tell you that the wrong relationship sets you back. And what do I mean by that? It takes away joy. It takes away peace. It can be a financial burden. It can be an emotional burden. It just takes away your dreams and sucks your energy out, so that you don't have the energy to focus on the things that you need to build yourself in your life and the things that are important to you. And I'm not talking about being in relationships that are great, because there are really great relationships. I'm specifically talking about being in a relationship that you know is just not for you, and you know that it's just like draining and taking everything out of you. Like, step out of that, because again, from someone that has experienced that, I look back and I think to myself, wow, like the energy that I took in regards to focusing on somebody else, wanting them to be something that they were not, wanting them to be something that they to offer me things that they were not willing to offer me, spending all of that energy and all of that time just like into that individual. What if I had poured that into me, poured that into my hopes, poured that into my dreams, poured that into my self-esteem, all of the things that I felt like I was trying to push into somebody else for them to see things in themselves, for them to see things in us? What if I had taken the time to just do all of those things for me? And like I said, it's not great to look back in life and to regret things, but I really wish I just poured into myself, especially in my younger season of life, as much as I tried to pour into somebody else, right? And so again, it's like you learn things, you live and you learn, but there's certain lessons that shouldn't take you years and years and years for you to learn, right? Which is what I did. So it's like I look back, and just for anybody that's out there that's in a season, a relationship that you know is not serving you, you know, take that leap of faith and step out. Talk to God about it. If you're supposed to walk away from it, do that and put that energy into you. Build yourself. Build you know, your financial stability for the future. Build where you want to see yourself in terms of just career, your future, your goals. Build those things, because I guarantee you the right person that does come into your life when they're supposed to come, if you're good and you meet them at the time you're supposed to meet them, oh, that's just a beautiful thing. And for anybody that doesn't believe like, oh, I'm just not gonna meet somebody, I'm too old, blah blah blah, listen, I'm a testimony for when God really works in your life and really just brings like a blessing. And I got a blessing with my husband, who I'm currently married to right now, and that's in itself a separate testimony, and you can go back and watch videos on it. But I'm just saying to anybody that just needs to just hear this, like, if you're in a season of something that you're not supposed to be in, you know what you need to do, right? Okay. And again, I'm just saying that relationships are a blessing. It can be a great thing if you're in the right thing that serves you and the right thing that's meant to be for you, right? But specifically in this video, I'm just addressing relationships that are not necessarily for us. And sometimes we stay in things that are just life-sucking, draining, and just really not for us, right? So again, guys, if you want to hear the testimony of how I met my husband, I believe I have a video on this page, so you want to go down and check out those videos. If you have not subscribed to this channel, you need to do that right now, because I have amazing topics for you. I'm your internet bestie that's here to motivate you, to share some real life things that I've been through, the things that we as women go through, right? So again, make sure you're subscribed to this video. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you guys later.